You're on.
Good reminder, Teresa, and happy 2023, everybody. First champions meeting in the new year, which is very exciting. And I was just thinking, like, what would be a fun icebreaker? And with the new year, I thought it would be fun if you wanted to put in the chat one goal or intention you have for the new year. Just with natural timing, closing out the end of 2022 and thinking what you want to do differently or maintain in the new year. And I'll just start by saying my husband hooked me up with a stand-up desk. So I am standing at my desk today and I am so happy about it. Day one and it's off to a good start. Being grateful for something every day. I love that. Yes. We need those reminders, and sometimes we have to say it out loud. I know I do, to just be intentional with that. Anyone else, goals or intentions for 2023? Block time off for better organization and project management. I love that. Yes. The more organized we are, I feel like the easier life is. So absolutely. Working to reduce waste and recycle. Yes, that's a good one too. My intention is to get more sleep. Yes, Amy, I'm with you there. I have 2 little kids, so sleep sometimes is a tough one. Moving and being active. Yeah, absolutely. Mindfulness and being in the moment with my family and children and husband instead of thinking about work and my to-do list. That's a hard one, but I applaud you and I love that. Track health with the new Apple Watch. Heck yeah, good. I love that. Practicing more patience. Yes, I think we could all learn more patience. Get more exercise. I've been working with the less more idea. More joy, less worry. Angela, yes, I want that one too. It reminds me of that bumper sticker, wag more, bark less. And I love that. Find something to do that brings you joy every day, that makes you smile. And being okay with not having everything done before relaxing. That's a tough one too sometimes, but I love it. Thank you so much for participating in the icebreaker. I'll hand it back to you, Teresa.
Thanks, Emmy, and thanks everybody. Looks like there's a wide range of goals and plans and hopes and dreams for 2023. So before we launch into our spotlight, which is on the MODA wellness resources, I wanted to put a plug in for success stories. For those of you who have been on these in these meetings before, we've always, frequently featured someone who's wanted to tell the story of how they put together a project or how a program is going. And we have a couple more scheduled for this the next few months, but I didn't have one today. And I wanted to just let folks know that we want to hear from you, even if you don't have like this huge, big thing that you think is big and splashy and worth talking about. Chances are there's probably something that you're doing that's going well, and others will want to hear about it, because what we've heard from all of you is that you want to hear ideas about what to do and what others are doing. That shows up a lot. And so rather than us telling your story, we'd like you to tell your story. If you're thinking, I don't want to be on the camera, I don't want to be on the microphone, I'm not comfortable sharing, I'm not good at presenting, that's okay too. You can drop me a line and say, hey, Teresa, this thing's happening at my school or my district, and I was involved in it, and it's going really well, and I'd like to put a plug in for it. I'd be happy to tell your story for you. And we can also compile those stories into a document that we can send out to folks with a contact name and number, so that if anyone else has questions, they can get a hold of you. So lots of different ways to talk about what's going well where you work, and that ways to share it with other people. So just be thinking of that as we move into our next agenda item here, which is a spotlight on MODA's health and wellness resources with Veronica Coates and Christy Strauss. So I'm going to turn it over to them. And I think you guys can just, yeah, there we go. I didn't even need to hand you the controls. You got it.
Okay, great. You can see our kind of our green screen. Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I'm Christy Straw, and I'm a health promotion and wellness consultant. And then I'm also here with Veronica Coates, who you will get to hear from a little bit later, who is also a health promotion and wellness consultant. And we work with OWEB entities, and we're just going to kind of briefly run through what is available for our OWEB members, or basically any member that's a part of OWEB, doesn't matter your insurance carrier, and then we'll briefly touch on the wellness resources that are specific to MODA members only. So the first kind of aspect of our wellness consulting is our OWEB Wellness Advising Program. And this opportunity is available for groups and entities to receive support in building a happier and healthier workplace. Health promotion and wellness consultants are available to help plan, implement, and sustain a workplace wellness program. And so within this, you would work closely with Veronica and myself, who will help kind of guide your entity in building that workplace wellness. Pictured here are the pillars of our MODA's health and wellness. We use these pillars to help create and develop our wellness resources to address the whole person. And what we encourage groups is to really focus on all 6 of these within their entity so that it becomes kind of a whole body encompassing program versus just focusing on one. We also provide wellness funding to support groups, which is a huge part of what we love doing, and that we get to see something grow and build, and then also get to see the success as it continues. And then lastly, we provide monthly outreach emails to our entities, which will kind of touch on what is involved in those. But we share updates, upcoming events, as well as new wellness resources that MODA is offering. If you would like to receive these monthly outreaches, or you're interested in funding that and you already are not a part of that outreach list, please provide your email in the chat, or we will provide ours, and that way you can reach out to us requesting information on funding or to be a part of our distribution list. Next, we have our wellness webinars and on-demand workshops, which many of you have potentially been a part of or have seen. But once a month, we offer a webinar that's available to all OWEB members. So anyone can attend. And these can kind of range from a variety of topics. The calendar that is on the screen right now is for the year 2023. So we have some great new topics around burnout, healthy fats, and ways to reduce waste. We also share the recorded webinars the next day so that anybody can attend, or anybody can watch even if they're unable to attend. And we do have our next webinar that's focusing on optimizing our sleep, and that will be on January 19th at 3:30. And then we also have our on-demand workshops, and these are really cool and unique because they're pre-recorded, but they touch on amazing topics that sometimes can be hard and challenging in a webinar. So we might host a cooking class, it can be a craft class, mindfulness or movement workshops. And so it's really fun because they're pre-recorded, so you don't necessarily have to be there at that moment, but instead you can watch them later, and they touch on topics that sometimes can be challenging actually done live. We have all of these available. We'll share this slide deck when we're finished, but you can see at the bottom of this slide that you can access all of our webinars and workshops on our MODA Health website. Next, we have our monthly mini challenges, and these are a great, actually a really fun way to foster healthy habits, but also to create that competition, team building, and a supportive workplace around movement, exercise, mindfulness, sleep, water, and they consist of all different topics. All employees, regardless of insurance carriers, can participate in these monthly mini challenges, and groups can access these on the MODA Health website, which again is linked here. And then Veronica and I also have pre-made flyers and email templates that we can share to kind of help create that competition, but also to kind of explain and promote that challenge. And then again, this is probably something many of you have seen, but we develop a bi-monthly MODA Wellbeing newsletter. And within this newsletter, it shares all sorts of topics, a mindful movement, and that could be from anything related to taking a break, finding self-compassion, learning a new skill. And then we have Better Bites, which typically encompasses something around seasonal recipe, or it could be a health awareness month that we're focusing on. A Let's Learn. So this is where we spotlight different resources and then our community connections. And this is a great way for us to showcase things that are happening not just locally in Portland, but actually all over, as we know that many of our groups are located all over the state of Oregon. But it could be promoting blood donations. It could be promoting different volunteer opportunities. And so it's a great way just to learn a little bit more about what's happening, but also get some new resources.
Okay, thank you, Christy. So I'm going to take over for the remainder of our slide deck here. So the following programs are available to only MODA members. And we're going to start off by talking about the member dashboard. And so the member dashboard is a MODA member's one-stop shop to find all things MODA and Delta Dental. So this is where MODA members can review recent explanation of benefits, view their claim status, and look at more details into the member handbook, or even order a new ID card. And so the great thing about the member dashboard is you can access it on your computer, your laptop, or even your smartphone. And so we're reminding you all about the member dashboard because many of the member tools we're going to talk about in the upcoming slides can be accessed through the member dashboard. So Active and Fit Direct provides discounted gym memberships. So it includes over 11,900 gyms, and then also access to more than 9,000 on-demand workout videos. So members spend $25 a month for a standard gym membership instead of the original membership price. There's also a $25 initiation fee and a 2-month minimum commitment. There's also a premium option that includes higher fitness boutiques, and it's also for a higher monthly rate. And then also just want to point out that on April 1st, the starting monthly membership fee and initiation fee is going to increase to $28 a month. So just wanted to let everyone know that that will be coming up on April 1st. Active and Fit Direct includes free guest passes, so you can try a gym before committing, as well as the ability to change or cancel memberships at any time after that 2-month minimum commitment. And so you can access Active and Fit Direct and look at the gyms available from your member dashboard. MODA members also have free access, one-on-one support from a health coach. So whether you're managing a chronic condition or simply just want to feel better, the health coaches are part of MODA's telephonic health coaching team. And so sessions take place over the phone. So it makes it really easy to be able to access your health coach from almost anywhere. So you can work with a health coach to set sustainable health goals, better understand your health and advocate for yourself, manage ongoing health issues, or also make healthy changes like managing diet, exercise, stress, and more. So if you're interested in getting set up with a health coach, or if you have any questions, you can email healthcoachteam@modahealth.com. And Pre-D is Moda Health's new diabetes prevention program. So members can determine if they're eligible for this new program by taking a screening survey that's on Moda Health's website. And we also have it at the bullet there when we send out the slides that you can access and complete the survey to see if you're eligible. This diabetes prevention program is 12 months long and includes 16 virtual sessions with a health coach who's trained in diabetes education and management. So the health coach will provide ongoing guidance and support throughout the program. There's also materials to help those enrolled track their goals and reach their goals. And then the program also offers a $0 copay for to see a nutritionist. So then I also have at the bottom that last bullet, if you have any questions about the Pre-D program, you can email the email predprogram@modahealth.com, or you can also call the Pre-D number to get assistance. Next, we have Meru Health, and Meru Health is a digital therapy benefit. So Moda members can access therapy on their smartphone. The program offers confidential access to a remote therapist, mindfulness and behavioral techniques that can be practiced anytime. It's available to Moda Health members 18 and older, and Meru Health can be accessed through the member dashboard. Next, we have our behavioral health champions. And so the behavioral health champions are available to help Moda members find in-network behavioral health specialists who can provide the type of care that you are looking for. So they can help Moda members access local mental health providers, help receive care, and also provide any additional resources if needed. They're also great at confirming treatment and the support is successful. And so our behavioral health champions are here to connect you with the care you need when you need it. And so they have a phone number there that's listed on the slide. Next is Gemini. And so Gemini provides resources and support for children with autism spectrum disorder and also other developmental disorders. Gemini's discrete video modeling program is an evidence-based tool that helps children develop language and behavioral skills. There are also Gemini coaches who are available to help families make use of the tools and also find additional resources to help maximize their child's education and development. And so members can learn more about Gemini through their member dashboard. Then we have Spring Health. And so Spring Health makes it easy to get high quality mental health care. And so this includes care navigation, therapy, coaching, and self-guided exercises, and more. So a clinically licensed care navigator can help support and guide you every step along the way. So these services are available via telehealth, using a phone, tablet, or computer. So Spring Health is available to members and dependents starting at the age of 6. And the services are provided in 30+ languages, with 47% of providers that represent the BIPOC community. LGBTQ+ communities are also highly represented, and 89% of providers offer after-hour appointments. And so you can access Spring Health through your member dashboard. And then lastly, we have the Hazelton Betty Ford Foundation, which provides members a chance to identify, receive support, and learn more about substance abuse and addiction. So members can receive support for themselves or for a family member or loved one. The Hazelton Betty Ford Foundation portal is available to Moda Health members. And so it offers screenings, different apps, videos, and ways to get connected to treatment. They're also for opportunities for family education and support with coaching and case management. So for Moda members to access the Hazelton Betty Ford Foundation portal, you can click this link on the slide. And then this foundation also offers education and trainings for workplaces, so which you can use the Moda Health OEB Wellness Funding that we mentioned on that first slide. So this is a great opportunity to engage staff and help support colleagues, families, and students. So if this is something you're interested in, you can let Christy and I know, and we can help support in the setup of this opportunity. And any questions before we hand it off back to Teresa?
Hey Veronica, I'm Angela. I have a question. Maybe you can help explain a little bit more about how the Meru and Spring Health are similar and different.
Yeah, so Meru is specifically just on your smartphone, so you can chat with your therapist. It's mainly just using your smartphone, whereas Spring Health, you're able, it's video, you're able to, it's more like telehealth, being able to communicate with a therapist. And then Meru also offers like nutrition tips and kind of other ways to help manage stress and burnout, where I don't with Spring Health. I think that's more with your provider that you're set up with, kind of in managing that, if that makes sense. And some people, it might be helpful. We do have the best way to start if you are thinking you want to get set up with a mental health professional, might be to start with the behavioral health champions through Moda Health. They might be able to help identify, would Meru be the best option, Spring Health, what would be the best way to get set up with a healthcare provider, would probably be starting with the Moda Health behavioral health champions.
That's Moda's navigation program that will go through a series of questions and kind of help get at the kernel of what's going on and direct members to the best resource, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. During our networking time, Veronica and Christy will be available. So if you think of another question, please stay on and they'll be available to help. But if I don't see any other questions in the chat or any other hands raised, I'm going to move into the next part of the agenda, which is to review with the the OEB Wellness Brochure, which is an online resource. So I'm going to pull that up here on my screen, except I have to share my screen first. Okay, let me pull that up first. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to, does everybody see that, what I've got in front of me? I see a nod. Okay. So this is what it looks like, but how do you find it? I'm going to X out of it, and then I'm going to go to my OEB website so I can show you the link that you click on to get to it, because it's strictly an online brochure. So you just go to the OEB website, which is, the URL is up there. That brings you to the landing page here. And you scroll down and you see these columns: general, wellness, members, and administrators. Starting point for wellness, get a flu shot, and then find a wellness program. So I'm going to click on find a wellness program, and up comes the brochure. So this has all of the wellness programs and the carrier programs, not all the ones that Veronica and Christy went through, because they really did a deep dive into just MODA's programs. But as I walk through this, you'll see how it works. I can click on any of these puzzle pieces and be taken to any page within the brochure. Or
And
I can
Teresa?
go, yeah.
So sorry to interrupt. I think we lost your screen.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
Try it and pull it up again. This double screen thing is just, isn't that strange why you can't see it? Because that's not it. That's not it. Huh. Oh, there it is right there. Do you see it?
Yes.
Yes, yay. Okay. So sorry if I turned away from the camera because I can't quite figure out how to get the right document in front of the screen so I'm facing the camera. But if I click on any of these puzzle pieces, this is going to take me to mental and emotional help, financial help, need extra help, or to be put in contact with the program specifically. This is chronic conditions, and this is physical health. So we've got a fork for food, we've got a weight for exercise, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure what this little arc is here. Or I can go through the brochure page by page by just going over here to this this gray bar. So I'm going to start by clicking on the mental and emotional health here with the blue puzzle piece, emotional well-being, and then all of our programs come up: Kaiser, MODA Health, Healthy You, and Uprise Health, which is the EAP, comes up. And if I click on one of these, that's going to take me to a page that gives more information about what Healthy You is. And embedded in there is a link to watch a video about the program, or I can click on the link website and get taken to the page where I either sign in if I have an account, or I can create an account if I don't have one. So let me go back to the puzzle. Oops, no, I'm going to use the back arrow, and that just takes me to the previous page in the brochure, which is Uprise Health. So there's several ways to move through this. I can click up here to Need Help Now, which is the same button as the orange puzzle piece here. And that's going to take me to the 3 tiles for Kaiser, MODA, and Uprise, that if I click on one of them, it's going to take me to the Kaiser's big page that lists all of their programs and their website there. So I'm going to then, I could click on any of these pieces up here. I can click on any of the puzzle pieces, or I can proceed through the brochure by using the back or the forward arrow here. This takes me to MODA, which is everything that you just heard from Veronica and Christy, but on a higher level, not quite in depth. But links that take you to their financial well-being program, to their quitting tobacco resources, connecting with a personal health coach, Meru Health, which you learned about, and then the MODA 360, which is the, I forget what you call it, just for MODA members. Isn't that right, Veronica and Christy? MODA 360 is your personal health navigator that's just for MODA members.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll just go through these pages here. That's the final page, which just describes OWEB and tells you how to get in touch with us. So what can you do with this brochure? It's all good and well, and it's got all this great stuff in it, but what can you do with it as a wellness champion? I'm going to stop sharing here. So you can bring this up at a wellness committee meeting to make sure all of your wellness committee folks are familiar with the programs that are available to your colleagues at your school or your school district. You can bring it up at a staff meeting. That might be a good way to educate everyone in your building, not just those on the wellness committee. If you aren't working in HR, some of our wellness champions are HR benefits managers, but many of them aren't. You could take this to your HR or your benefits manager person and say, can this be part of the onboarding process when new employees are hired, help them walk through and understand all of their benefits. It's just a little bit, I think it's packaged a little bit better than OEB's big piece of paper that unfolds to I don't know how big, that lists everything, that totally overwhelms me. So those are just a few of the ways that you could use it to help everybody understand what their benefits are. And you as a wellness champion might want to dive into it so that you feel real comfortable explaining it to others too. Are there any questions about the online OEB wellness brochure? Okay. Well, that ends the official part of our meeting, but we always like to stay on for another 15 minutes for informal networking. It doesn't have any agenda assigned to it, but if folks have questions, if they've got something they're struggling with that they want to pose to us or get ideas from other folks who are on the call, now is a good time to do that. So if you've got a question, you can chime in, raise your hand, put it in the chat. Quiet bunch this afternoon.
I was just going to say, Teresa, if we do end a few minutes early, if no one does have questions, maybe we can allow some time for folks to practice the intentions they put in the chat at the beginning, like practicing a moment of gratitude or something, you know, that they put down.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It was good to see you. It was good to hear from you. Our next meeting is Monday, February 13th at the same time. I think we've got a success story then. So do be thinking of things that are going well in your school or your district that others might want to hear about, because I know we can figure out a way to share it. So have a great rest of the day, everyone, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.